What's going on YouTube? This is wwjoshdew, and a company approached me and asked me to review this product. So I'm going to unbox it, show you what it looks like, possibly how to set it up. I don't have recording equipment at the moment, so I can't. My laptop's still being repaired. It's been what feels like forever, like probably over a month. So I'm a little bit disappointed with how long it's taking them to fix my laptop. I've been using my wife's desktop, kicking her off of it to use her desktop for video editing. So, and I don't really want to point a camera at my computer monitor again and do that. That just looks kind of tacky and, not very professional. So this is the box that you get, or at least that I got, and inside it is a camera for monitoring your home, like your pets, animals. Well, I'll just show you that right there. Video is automatically recorded in the cloud. View motion detected events in a few taps. Keep saved clips in cloud storage. So there are different plans you can get. You can get a 1 day, and then like several days, and then like 21 days or something like that. And the price varies. Actually the 1 day should be fine. More than likely if something happens, if you're at home, you'll notice it that day. Now if you're going to be on a trip, like going to a different state, or if you're going to be away from home a few days, it is good to have the one that's like I think 7 or 9 days or something like that, because if you get back home and you've been gone for 4 days, you can review the like if your window was broken or something, you can review the footage from 2, 3, 4 days ago to find out exactly when it happened, to capture an image of that person's face, and etc. So how this thing opens is beyond me. Here are some specs on the back as well. A little bit hard to read. I do apologize about that. Up to 30 frames per second. This does do 720p video, so I do wish it was 1080, but I understand 1080 would be a whole lot more data to transfer back and forth. It is compatible with iOS, Android, PC, and Mac, and you do have WPA and then Wi-Fi. We'll see if it has dual band Wi-Fi, like picks up 5 gigahertz. That's something I'm very curious about. So it just slides out like this, and then you just lift this up, and in a minute here. Pretty cool looking camera there. We'll take a closer look at that here in just a second. And then in here you have, congratulations, you purchased a I don't really know how to pronounce that, so I'm gonna try Closeli recording services. Now you can check in what's going on at your home anytime from your phone or your tablet. A setup guide right here. So a lot of these cameras have built-in internal storage, just enough to house the software that you're going to need to record or to set up. Yeah, once you plug it in, it's going to prompt you to set up that thing, and then you're going to create an account and choose your plan and stuff like that. And then in here we have a nice cable. This is probably 10 foot long. I really enjoyed that they include long cables like this so you can reach it almost anywhere. And it's a flat cable, so it should be easy to put in a gap on, like, between your window or something to hide the cord from visibility. And then you have a little bitty one right here for a computer. So this one might just be for the charging, like 2 pins just for charging. I can't really tell, but this one might just be a charging cable, which only has the plus and minus pins, not the data pins, and this has the actual data pins. So you'll need to use this one to hook it up to your computer. And then it comes with a little AC adapter rated at 5 volts and 1 amp. So any ordinary phone charger should charge up keep this thing powered fine. It's pretty cool that it only requires 1 amp. A lot of these require 2, so that's kind of a neat thing there. And in here, we have a wall mount, so you can put some screws on your wall and then mount this on it and have this in there mounted up. And then it's some screws, and you got some like studs, or what I think I might be stupid, but I think that's what they're called. You drill a hole, you put that in there, you put the screw in there, and it just grips the wall better. Like if you're drywall, yeah, drywall. So in here you have instructions on how to set up the wall mount. I'll go ahead and get all that in the shot. There you go. Just disclaimer, warranty information on the side there. So you do have a status light, infrared LEDs, so it is night vision, and night vision's pretty freaking awesome. I've tested a couple different security cameras, and I love me some night vision, man. It'd be pitch dark, but it's like there's a light on in the room, but there's not. It's freaking awesome. All right, so let's take a closer look at the camera here. I'm trying to get through this because the Nexus 6 pre-orders are going to go live any minute now, and I don't want to miss it because I don't want them to sell out and then not be able to get my 64 gig Midnight Blue Nexus 6. Okay, so it looks like there's like a button here to press to set it, I guess. You have a speaker, so you can do two-way communication. You can press a button on your phone or your tablet or the computer, and it'll let you use the microphone on your phone, tablet, or computer, and the audio will play back on here. And if this person says something, it'll go back to you. So it's two-way voice recording or audio, and then monitoring and recording. And then you have your little cable there for hooking it up and charging it to, well, powering it. You don't really charge it. It's not really a battery in it. And then it's got this little thing here. Oh, and that's cool. It swivels. That's neat. So you can have it pretty much any way you need to. And then up, down. That's about as far down as it goes, unless you somehow get it to like record like that. So there you go. That's the angle you're gonna get right there. That's the furthest it's gonna go in this position right here. And then this sits in there. Okay, so I was starting to do that wrong. You can tell by the way this is shaped how it goes, because it'll fit around there. And you've got this little thing right there, so you just kind of get these to maneuver their way in there, and bam, look at that. That little part will pop in somehow, some way. There we go. And okay, so now you got a little mount that you can put on the wall. And you got the screws to mount it up with that I showed you earlier. So let's go ahead and, you know, power it on. I will need to go ahead and hook this up to my computer and get it all set up. So give me a moment to go do that, and then I'll be back with a little demonstration of how it looks on my phone. Alright, so we're back. We got the thing set up. I can include some screenshots right now on how to set this thing up. First, you're going to have to plug this in. It's going to pop up like a little mass storage device. You click on the exe for Windows, and it'll take you to a like special long link that you open up in your browser. And that will be your only way to set this thing up. So once you're there, it'll ask you to create an account. Once you create an account, it'll email you, say, hey, we need to authorize this. Do you authorize this? Or, you know, we need to confirm your account creation, so you confirm it. You go back to that link. Make sure you go back. If you lost that link, just click the exe again, run through the prompts again, and then it'll say like use this account or use another account. It's going to click setup, and then you're going to like choose your Wi-Fi, which this thing only picks up 2.4 gigahertz. It does not pick up 5 gigahertz, which I am a little bit disappointed about because I have a Linksys RT AC68U. It is a beast router, and it does 5 gigahertz at the freaking very fast speeds. So I'm a little bit disappointed, but I mean 2.4 gigahertz, a lot more people are going to have that versus 5 gigahertz. So and then once you set it up, you need to unplug it. They say to use this cable right here and then this thing, but at the moment I'm live powering it using a little, well, I guess it's not little, but a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. And since the charger specifies 1 amp, I plugged it into the little 5 volt 1 amp port. So now I'm running this thing off of a battery, and we're going to go ahead and install this app. And if we can click the right, there we go, and then install it on here. I just want to see if it works on my Nexus 5 since it has Android L on it. Okay, so it's installing, and once it installs on the computer, I was able to view the live stream, so it set up successfully. It's pretty awesome, and you have some little like thing here that you can go ahead and peel away and expose that camera, that 720p HD camera. All right, so we already have an account, so we're gonna go ahead and hit log in, and we're gonna enter in our email and our password. I'm gonna go ahead and skip that, of course. All right, we are logging in. It's going to show the, well, okay, so Android L, it does have issues with Android L, unfortunately. So it might work the second time. We'll see. Nope. Okay, so Android L or Android Lollipop, not yet. Well, considering the Nexus 5 and Nexus 7 are only devices you can get today that have that, I'm not, it's not their fault that they may not have a Nexus 5 and they may not have Android Lollipop to test this out on. So here we are on KitKat. Let's go ahead and use this phone. All right, now we're just fine. The moment I hit the login button, it immediately took me to my cameras here, and I can hear the audio from this camera because it does have a microphone on it, on right here, and the frame rate looks pretty good. And you can tell that I've had it. I guess that would take you full screen right here. Nice. So now we have a full screen live view of this camera right here. Pretty neat. A little bit of delay there. I mean, we are a little bit far away from my router, so that might be an issue. But it seems like it's working fine, and it's full screen, so you can monitor what's going on, and it's live capturing, so it's not like if you're not watching it live, it's screwed. So if you go to the store and you come back home and someone broke into your house, you can simply go back to... Let me go ahead and see if I can get this to do it. I don't know how this works yet. Drag this. Oh, you drag the entire bar right here. Okay, cool. There's a search button. I guess you can, okay, so you bring this little time thing right here where it's like minutes and hours and stuff. You can go right into where you can get a little more precise. Like you can see how the yellow is there a little better. Oh, there we go. Okay, so now we're going back to our computer here. That's cool. Oh no, this is where I set it up upstairs. I wonder if it has downstairs. Because I was running it from the battery pack. And there we go. Here I am at the computer. That screenshot you may have saw. And I pick the camera up. And I'm walking over trying to find my phone. This is pretty cool. So as you can see, since it's battery powered at the moment, I'm able to just walk around. And I had to go get my note from downstairs. And then... Oh, this is cool. So when I went to my basement... Look at this. You're going to see that it cuts from the normal vision, like where you have lights and you don't need night vision, to, I'm just going to let it keep playing here so I don't miss it again. So I'm going downstairs into the basement. And in fact, let's just go full screen here so you can see this. See, it kicked on the night vision when it was dark downstairs, and I went and got my phone. And now I'm going to come back upstairs, and the night vision's going to kick off when I have light again. So it's still on night vision, probably because there's no lights there. But when I go upstairs, I have my lights on because this is my area that I record. And now it's kicking the night vision off and it's going back to normal light. So this is really cool. If this was 3-4 days ago, if you have the plan for 9 days, you'll be able to go back and watch that, even though it happened a few days ago. This is definitely very useful, and you got a little button that takes you to real time where you can see what the camera's seeing. This is cool, and the quality looks good. It doesn't look like there's a loss of like frame rate where bit rate where it's like really bad and blotchy. And I'll press this real quick. Hold to talk. Hey, what are you doing? And then you let go, and now you'll be able to hear what this camera says to you. And then when you want to say something, you just hold down on this. And then you let go when you want to hear what they have to say. And a little Xbox there. A little X mark there. So you got live events, motion, sound, face. Dude, that's cool. So this is where I picked up my face. You can choose your plan on what you want. Right now, I have just the 1 day at the moment, so I can only go back to 24 hours ago. Oh, cool. So that's a little screenshot button. So now it took a screenshot of what was on the frame at that moment, and we can go back and we can grab a screenshot from whatever we want to in the past. So we'll go ahead and grab one from right there. And now we have a screenshot. So if that's a person's face and this person just broke into your house, you now have a picture, a mugshot of them. So that's really cool. You got a trim button here, so you can set to the favorites. Well, not trim, but set to favorites. In your settings here, you can turn your camera on and off. You can turn the camera off at certain times. You can add a schedule. So these are the days that the camera turns off. and you've got your plan right now, just 1 day. Notifications, you can do sound, motion, face. Notification preferences, I want to know it all. Just summarize it. Send a report every day. Stop notifications, email notifications. Detection sensitivity, they got bam, and then whisper, and you can go in between them. So you've got that, and then that. So, and then for motion, you have tiptoe. It's really cool how they like say tiptoe, like someone's tiptoeing and it's going to pick it up. And then you can go in between tiptoe and default, or you can go in between crash and default, or you can just go to crash. So that's really cool. I like how they laid it out in plain English for someone to understand. So you got HD video on, camera microphone on. If you want to go ahead and turn it off, you can do that. Like if you don't want to listen to your conversation all day long. Night mode for auto and on. Now I have other cameras, and if I put them in the window, the night vision shines the window and beams back. So it's kind of worthless to have. So I usually turn it off on my other cameras, but we're going to see how this one does and if it does it any better. If you don't have it near a window where it's not going to hit a piece of glass and bounce back the reflection and then you're not going to be able to see anything at all, then definitely keep it on, because as you saw, night vision is incredibly useful in the dark. Now, if you have your camera mounted upside down, there's a little button here to flip the camera around, where even if you have it mounted like this, upside down, like on a roof or something, the camera will actually display just like it's sitting up like this. So that's what the rotate's for. Under the camera details, you can see the firmware, the anti-flicker, network, everything like that. At the moment, I do not see an option to turn this little LED light off so people don't, it doesn't draw attention to the camera at night when it's dark. And we are Central Time, so let's go ahead and change that. Yeah, they could add that in the future, and that would be a pretty awesome update to be able to just turn that little LED off and not let the whole world know that, hey, there's something with the light on it. I wonder what that's doing. So as you can see, this is really cool. It's really helpful if you want to monitor your baby to see what's going on with them. Like if you're downstairs or upstairs and they're somewhere else, or if you're across the hall or something, you can have this above their playpen and you'll know exactly what happens, And also another thing is, if you're not sure what time you fed your child or your baby, you can go through here to your events where there's motion and see where you walked into the room and fed them, and you'll know exactly what time. Like, for instance, I have a camera in my window at home monitoring my front yard, my driveway, my mailbox, and all that stuff. And if I'm not sure what time I took the dog out, I just go back to the last time there was motion. I see that, okay, I took the dog out at 12:02. It's now, 2 o'clock. I should go ahead and take him out again. So it's actually got more uses than just like spying on things or, making sure that things are okay and good at home. So like if you're out in California and your home is in Missouri or something, you can log into your camera from your phone's LTE or 3G and monitor what's going on at your home without you even being there. And then you got the two-way voice where if it says motion and your wife came home and you want to say, hey, what's going on, you can actually do that. And I will link to their YouTube videos where they demo some of this stuff in live action. So at the moment, this thing's pretty awesome. The bitrate is actually impressing me because the video that I'm watching is pretty freaking clear. We'll have to see how it looks back when you go on the computer. On the computer, there is a little button to make a clip to, like, if something happened several hours ago, you can choose what time you want from start to end, make a clip, and save it to your computer. So that way you have that clip indefinitely if you need to take it to court for proof something happened or show it to the police, or, you know, for whatever you need to do with it, it's saved forever. And then you can upload that to your Dropbox or your email it to yourself. You can do whatever you want with it and you'll have it forever. A link to this camera will be in the description below. I do want to thank Arcsoft Inc. for sending this out to me for review. This thing looks like it's going to be very useful, and I will definitely be using it to monitoring other locations in my house that I do not have a camera at. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by giving it a thumbs up. I would greatly appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing. If you want to see Nexus 6 videos, Nexus 9 videos, and Nexus Player videos, you need to subscribe. All those devices are coming very soon. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram to stay up to date on what's coming out next and, know what's happening before I upload a video, to stay in touch with me and etc. This is What Would Josh Do, and I'm out.